Okay, this video is going to help you get your environment set up so that you can start using Claude Code. And this is going to be one of the more technical things that we have to do. It's kind of just this hurdle that once we get over this, then it's kind of all downhill after that, because then you can use Claude and you can use plain English and have it do a lot of this technical stuff for you. But to get there, this is what keeps 95% of the people from using this stuff, is there's just this technical hurdle to get over. So if you're not used to the command line, you're going to see a lot of Linux and stuff that may not make a lot of sense. You kind of just have to trust the process, but I'm going to guide you through all this. And if you're on Windows, there is this that you can use. It's called, what is it? Windows WSL, Linux. They have a way to run Linux on Windows. So you can use this. If you're using Windows, it's going to be different, but you can go here and you can work with the LLM to help you get that set up. But we're on a Mac, so this is what I'm going to show. And I will put this document so you can just copy paste out of it, but also be aware of this is just a useful hack. If ever you see code referenced in a video and you would like to just be able to copy paste it, this is kind of a cool thing you can do. On a Mac, you can just take a screenshot. It's Command-Shift-4, and then take that, open it in preview, double click it, and then everything here is selectable. So, and basically anything you can see in a video, you can just screenshot it and copy paste out of that. And then you can just paste this into wherever you need to put it. So just kind of a useful hack to be aware of. But I will put this in the show notes so you can just copy paste this out of there directly. So, okay, so at a high level, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna basically make it so we have to authenticate our machine to our GitHub account. And the way we do that is with an SSH key. And so this is kind of like giving GitHub a lock and saying, hey, GitHub, I have the key to this lock. Because you know that this key fits, then I am me, basically. After that, we're going to clone our repo that we created in GitHub through Confabulator. We're going to bring that down locally. We're going to install the GitHub CLI, the command line interface. And what this allows for is it basically allows Claude to act as us and do stuff on our behalf in GitHub. Once we have that, we're going to set up Node.js. That's the prerequisite for Claude Code and Cursor, or at least Claude Code. Then we're going to install Claude Code. We're going to install Cursor and test this whole setup. And then lastly, we'll run it so you can see what it looks like. So I like to run Claude Code from within Cursor because it gives the best of both worlds in that you have an IDE. You can see the files, like the file system on your left, and individual files, and then underneath you interface with Claude. So that's what we're going to do right now. So basically I am logged into my GitHub and I'm logged into Claude right now. And so let's just start this off. So terminal, the way you get there is hit the little spotlight and then type terminal. And this will open your console, terminal, command line. These are all used interchangeably. And so literally we're just going to sit here and we're going to copy paste these commands from here to here. So one at a time, let's go through. Doesn't exist. So let's do this. You would change this to your email address. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't really matter. And just hit enter again, enter again. And so now it's created our SSH key. Copy these two. Paste these in there. Okay. And now we're going to copy this to our clipboard. Okay, so now our SSH key is on our clipboard. I'm going to go into my GitHub account. Like I said, I'm already logged in. I'm going to go here to settings, and then to SSH and GPG keys. And then here, I'm just going to add a new SSH key. And we'll just call it a demo key. Doesn't matter. Paste it in there and hit add. And so now you can see that down here, it's added that key. And we can go back and test this connection. let's do this again. Okay. So we've successfully authenticated. So that's step one. We're not going to use this option B, this personal access token. The SSH is better because it's persistent. We just do it once and we never have to do this again. So step two, now we clone our repo. So we're going to go back here and we're going to make a directory called projects. And we're going to grab this. And then we use my username. So scrolling on Dubs. And the repo, I'm just going to clone the Vibecode Lisboa website and then put .git on the end of it. So what this is doing right now, it's pulling down all the files that is in the Vibecode Lisboa repo. And so those are all there now locally. We can CD into that repo. So let's just, and you can see there's all the files, right? And git status, if you just want to check, and it should tell us that it is current. Okay, branch is up to date. So good. So step three. Okay, so here we're going to install the GitHub CLI. This assumes that you already have Homebrew installed. If you don't, like if you type this and nothing happens and it says you don't have Homebrew, then you run this command here. But I know it's already installed globally on this Mac, so I'm just going to do this. And this is probably going to fail actually because I did a weird thing with permissions. And so I bet this is going to, yeah. Okay, so this will be a good opportunity though to show you. So it's saying that there's these permission errors. And so this is actually, well, I'll do it on the next one actually. Let's go here because this should still, it should still work. All right, so GitHub, we're doing it via SSH. Yes, that key that we just did, we can just call it demo key. And we're going to log in via web browser. Let's grab this code. And continue, paste in the code that we just copied and say authorize. Okay, so now this should be authenticated. It is. It says logged in is scrolling on Dubs. And so we're all set. And if you want to do this, just to check it, this shows you that you're logged in. Okay. I'll show you in a minute when we're installing this. So watch what happens. So let's say node version, again, this is already installed globally on the system. So if I do this, it should already have, yep, it does. If not, if I were going to do brew install node, well, okay, we don't need to do this again. It's already installed. I'll show it here on Claude because this we do need to install. So when we run this, it's probably going to throw permission errors because again, I'm running this under a staff account. I guess this speaks to the security of it. You can do it in your root account. It's probably easiest because you won't hit any of these errors. I have partitioned mine, so I actually set it up. Well, for the purposes of this demo, I actually just created a throwaway account to show it to you from scratch. But normally I run it in a partitioned account of its own. And I do that just because safety-wise, like I want to contain what like the blast radius could be. I don't want to be like logged into my root account and give Claude Code access to everything. It's up to you. Like it's a little extra work to confine it like that. But it's probably a good idea. But for the purposes of just getting started, I'd say run it in the root account and worry about this later. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, though, is I'm going to just grab this because we're getting these errors, which are permission related. And let's actually just like start working with Claude to fix it. So I'm going to tell it I am trying to set up Claude Code and I'm getting these errors. And really like what a lot of your development is this type of back and forth, giving it errors, asking it what to do, trying what it recommends. So it wants me to do this sudo. I know that my user is not on the sudo list, so that's probably not going to work. But let's just do it and see what it says. Okay, so now let me give this back to Claude. I tried. It says, so it'll give me a different way to do this, basically, that doesn't require sudo. Yep. So let's just copy this. I think it's actually pronounced sudo technically, but I always say sudo. Okay, so now it's installed Claude Code. We should be good to go. If we do Claude version, it should tell us what version of Claude Code we're running here. And again, you probably won't hit any of these errors. The only reason we're hitting these is because of the way that I've configured it and locked down permissions. It doesn't like, it's not running as the root user. But okay, so for cursor, let's try this. It may be just easier to install it from a file. Yeah, so we're gonna hit the same errors. I'm just, let's just stop that. So I'm just gonna install it. I've already downloaded it. You can just go to cursor.com and just say download. I've already downloaded it, so I'm just gonna install it from the file here. It's just gonna be easier. Same exact thing. It's no different than installing it via brew. Okay, so now that's done installing, so we should be able to, let's see, what's it doing to open cursor. I don't know if this command is set up. If not, we'll just do it via, yep, it is. Okay, so here we are in cursor and we're going to open a project. We're going to go find that project that we just put in our projects directory. Here it is. And by virtue of us using the SSH, the way that we integrated with Git, we should just have connectivity. See here how it picks up the whole like lineage of Git commits. So we're already integrated. Our cursor, we don't have to do anything to authenticate cursor. It's using the SSH. So this is the basically the project for Vibe Code Lisboa, the website that you use. And now what we want to do is, let's go back and see what is next. Yep, so cursor inherits the Git. And yeah, and then the Claude Code integration is our last thing here. So let's go back to cursor. We're going to open up a new window at the bottom here. So this is a terminal session, just exactly the same as what we're doing over here. But now we're going to try running Claude. I'm going to close this window. And here we just now have this little login sequence with Claude. We want to use dark mode. We're using the subscription. Definitely don't use the API usage. Like set up a subscription. It's way cheaper if you're doing any serious amount of development. Here it's just going to authenticate us. Should be good. Enter recommended settings. Just, yeah, trust everything here. And boom. So now we are finished. This is basically, we're now at the point where we have Claude Code running. It's inside our project. And it should also have the GitHub CLI installed. So we can say something like, Use GitHub CLI to check the issues in this project, and let me know what's next. So Claude is now able to use that thing that we installed. So here, and we have to give it permission this first time. And you can see it's already able to, it's finding, there's a bug here open. So it's working. It's integrated with our project. We can start work now if we want to. I'm going to save that for a different video though, just so this is standalone. But yeah, this now shows you that, here we go. If we were going to be working, we would just start working with it from here on. So this shows you how to get set up. If you run into any problems, do what we did there, copy paste errors into Claude, the Claude AI, like either Claude Desktop, or you can go to the website, claude.ai, and work with this. This can help you pretty much get through most issues you'll see. But as you saw, we just basically followed this script here. We did everything here and it just kind of works. Yeah, so any questions you have, feel free to share in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.